Brought to you by Lord Carnage and the best of classic Game Room. Released in 2005 for the Japanese PlayStation 2 from Software and Ben Presto, this is A.C.E, Another Century's episode. If you like robots, missiles, and machine guns, especially Gundam, you're gonna love this. And hey, if you think the game looks good, now check out the packaging. Yeah, this is something else, and I've got a huge classic Game Room shout out and thank you to send to Michael from Euless, Texas. I think that's how you pronounce it. Thank you, Michael, for sending the first 2 Ace games and a bunch of Gundam manga. Check out these beautiful cards that come in the box set, fit for framing. These look even better in person. And Michael wanted a shout out sent to Generation X Comics and Games in Bedford, Texas. So, thank you to everyone for giant robots with lasers and missiles that fly in space and punch other robots with laser swords. Because they're cool. This is a pretty solid game. That's a lot of fun. There's an enormous amount of mechs to collect in Another Century's episode, which is basically a mashup of a bunch of different robot anime series, including some Gundam. I'm not all that familiar with Gundam, but it certainly looks really cool. Sadly, this was never released to the West, so there is a bit of a language barrier. I highly recommend, if you're going to play this one and you don't read Japanese, to go with an internet walkthrough. You can get by. As you can see, the menus are in Japanese, so if you don't know what you're doing, the upgrading path can be a bit tricky. But once you get the hang of it, it's no problem. The combat reminds me a lot of Zone of the Enders. The camera controls are reversed for right and left. I'm not sure if there's a way to invert that since I can't read the menus. And you go up and down with the R1 and the R2 button, but most of your weapons will auto-target and even automatically switch for you, depending on how close you are to the enemies. If you're super close, it'll pull out a sword or try to punch them in the face. At a distance, it'll launch missiles. There's a wide variety of robots or mechs or mobile suits to choose from. Those of you more familiar with the anime will probably appreciate that aspect a lot more. I just think they all look super cool. Here's where an internet walkthrough comes in handy because you can upgrade your carrier with new slots for adding new robots, and you can also upgrade each of your robots, your mechs, independently and upgrade their weapons. The missions are, for the most part, pretty straightforward. If you get stuck, a walkthrough certainly helps. But normally you just have to destroy everything, or fight an end boss, or follow the little red arrow to something. If you've played a lot of video games, you shouldn't have a problem figuring it out. I think the production values are spectacular. This looks great on the PlayStation 2, and the music is really good. I also like the menu music a lot. I got stuck on this mission. I couldn't figure out why I kept losing, but apparently you have to lure the enemies away from the buildings before you destroy them with your giant laser sword. Naturally. I mean, that's just common sense, really. There's a nice variety of missions and environments, and obviously a lot of robots to unlock. I haven't quite finished the game yet, it's pretty big, but as I understand it, when you do, you unlock free play, and then you can go back and play the missions again. And there's a bunch of secret conditions that you can obviously find online. If you can complete them, you'll unlock even more robots. But let me stress that it looks amazing, but the controls are a bit of an acquired taste. It's not quite as playable as it looks. I haven't fired up any of the sequels yet. I know there's an Ace game on PlayStation 3, and after playing this, I immediately ordered Ace Macross on PSP, which is really cheap. Don't know if it's good yet, but there's a bunch of sequels. Hopefully they fix the camera controls later on. Or at least modernized them. The up and down with the R1 and R2 just feels weird. Beyond the obvious amazing style, the highlight of the game is figuring out which robots do what the best for which missions. And I will forewarn you, some of the missions are downright tricky to figure out, especially if you can't read the language. And I have no idea what's going on in the storyline, but it's fun to watch. Thankfully, this game isn't all that expensive online, but you will need a Japanese PS2 or a way to play Japanese PlayStation 2 games to enjoy it. It's Ace! Another Century's episode. Thanks again, Michael. I'll see you in the sequel. The best of Classic Game Room is on DVD, Blu-ray, and Laser Hypervision album set.